Bargain players are the best kind of players, am I right? Let's see where we can save some of those pennies up front for the up and coming 21-22 season. Hi guys, I'm FPL Nymfria and welcome back to the home of FPL videos. In this video, I'll take a look at 6 bargain forward options for our FPL teams based on last season's form and in some cases this season's fixtures. Before we get into it, I'm hoping to reach 5,000 subs before the start of the season, so if you could, please smash that sub button. Join the Nym famalam, it means a lot to me. Okay, let's do this. Watkins is currently in my first draft team. Aston Villa face Watford, Newcastle and Brentford up first. All fixtures I hope are winnable, or at least games in which Watkins can grab an attack in return or two. Last season Watkins had 100 shots, 46 of those were on target and 90 of those were in the box. He gets in there and he waits to get his foot on the end of the ball and sticks it in the back of the net, and that's what we want as FPL managers. Watkins had a strong season last season with 14 goals and 9 assists for 168 FPL points. He was a standout last season, and with his opening fixtures I am hoping he can continue on his form going into the new season. If he can, at just 7.5 million, he will be a bargain at half the price for us. Calvert-Lewin also had a great season last season with 16 goals and 6 assists and 21 bonus points, placing him 5th of the forwards last season with 165 points. Everton have some of the best opening fixtures of any team, with them not meeting any of the traditional top 6 in their opening 6 fixtures. He has an expected goal tally of 0.47 per game and racked up 84 shots last season. 46 of those were on target and 73 of those were in the box. At 8 million, he's not the cheapest of my bargain players, it has to be said, but will likely be highly owned amongst FPL managers, I would have thought, especially in the early part of the season based on his price, his form of last season and these opening fixtures. Iheanacho finished the season like a well-oiled racehorse, slick as you like. The guy was on absolute fire. I had him in my team, so did loads of other people. He just did absolutely fantastical. Leicester faced Wolves, West Ham, Norwich, Man City, Brighton and Burnley in their first 6. And it's only really that Manchester City fixture that stands out to me as being a little bit worrying there. He's also taken an early place in my FPL team alongside Watkins. Again, based on those opening fixtures, his budget of just 7.5 million, which is an absolute snip of the price of his teammate Jamie Vardy at 10.5 million, and his form of last season of 12 goals and 2 assists. You know, he's an absolute legend. Nacho man, hoping he can do it again this season. Antonio spent the early to middle part of last season with very little or mixed minutes due to a strain and then a hamstring injury. However, in the last 6 games of the season, he scored a goal every other game, which meant he was very hard to ignore in the run-in. In total, Antonio racked up 10 goals and 5 assists in 1,985 minutes played. With 64 shots, 22 on target and 52 of those in the box, he has an expected goal tally of 0.52 goals per game. West Ham don't have the best fixtures in their first 6 games, but they certainly aren't the worst either. Leicester and Manchester United seem the main sticking points there for me. The others all look like teams that Antonio could get a little something from, if fit and firing. Newcastle are up there for fixtures, with only Manchester United from the traditional top 6 in their first 6 fixtures. Enter Callum Wilson to our top budget forwards, an absolute well-known FPL troll in the community. This guy hits form like you wouldn't believe and then falls off a cliff and disappears for days. Nowhere to be seen whatsoever. I have a well-known Castaway gif that I use for Wilson for this very reason. Honestly, I cannot count the amount of times on one hand I've had Wilson on my team where he has absolutely smashed it out of the park and absolutely let me down. Interesting. We all considered him in game week 31 last season on his return from injury. However, FPL managers that got on him and stuck with him had to wait for his brace against Leicester in game week 35 before he got injured again. He's definitely one of those players that if you're on him the right time, it's fantastic. But if you're not, then it's absolute despair. Despite his trolling ways, he did get 12 goals and 6 assists last season, with 84 shots, 46 of those on target, and 73 of those were inside of the box. At 7.5 million, he could be a bargain with those fixtures, especially if he hits that purple patch of form, and he does it early. Because of my history with him, though, I am cautious, but I am not adverse to considering him, as he always has potential, and I do have a little bit of a soft spot for him. I can't help it. For the good old days. Bamford was a surprise package last season, coming second for total forward points with 194, only behind that of Kane with 242. He had 107 shots, 48 of them on target and 95 of them in the box, resulting in 17 goals and 7 assists last season. Just fantastical stuff. You can't get better than that, really, for a promoted asset. The Leeds forward will have to face Manchester United, Everton and Liverpool in his first 3 fixtures, potentially putting him down the desire list. His little bump in price to 8 million might also have a negative effect on people getting him. However, we have seen Bamford score when we least expect it. As long as Leeds stick to the same principles as last season, attack, 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 and don't sell on too many of their key players, I can imagine we'll see Bamford right amongst the goals in the opening few game weeks. Newcomer to the Premier League, Ivan Toney is my last and final bargain forward pick. Toney got 31 goals and 10 assists in the Championship last season, earning him the title of record top scorer in the Championship. If we compare this to Bamford's stats from the 1920 season, the season before last, where he got 16 goals and 2 assists, he actually improved on that this season in the Premier League. As I've said before, Toney would have to go some to match his or improve on his stats of last season like Bamford did, but it shows he's got an eye for goal and knows how to score. It's a little bit scary to plump on a promoted asset so early on in the season, as we can never know exactly how they'll adapt. But I think his 6.5 million price tag, the cheapest of all our bargain picks today, makes him a great price to take a punt on. If it pays off, you'll be absolutely rolling in it within a couple of game weeks when everybody else jumps on your bargain pick. And that's it, you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Which bargain forwards are you plumping for ahead of the 21-22 season? Please check out the sponsors of this video, fantasyfootballfix.com. And please, 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 if you've enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Let's try and reach the 5k before the start of the season. Until next time, Nymfria out.